It has been a while since an actual video release, and that's like really crazy. The idea machine wasn't ideaing at the time, so kind of broke down a bit. Didn't really do much aside from the Exodus solo and the guide and all that stuff. But it's time to come back. It's really time to come back because it's a whole ass update video. I got news for y'all about myself, the game, everything that I have planned going forward, all that stuff, and a fire ass announcement that I want to make too. What is up, guys? This is Kobe here, and today we are going to be talking about several things. We are going to be talking about the Dark Ride. We are going to be talking about the new KMST that just dropped this week. We're going to be briefly mentioning the new winter update that is coming to Korea very soon in 3 weeks. That will have a video of its own moving forward in about a week or two. So let's go ahead and get down into it. And then, not to mention, I do have video plans coming up as well on certain things that I do want to bring out at this time. So, the Dark Ride. This is MapleStory GMS's official exclusive content that has never ever been seen before. It was initially announced at MapleFest, and it's still unknown. That I'm not particularly a fan about. At the time I am recording these, we are literally 5 days away from official release of the Dark Ride. Yet there is still no gameplay footage, and we're still kind of left in the dark on rewards. I'm not necessarily too happy about that. It's hard to get excited for something like this when we don't even know what it's gonna be. But they had a badass animation that played and whatnot. Like they gave like a brief little summary of it. There are 6 Maple villains that are coming back from the past. Like, we got Horntail, Vellum, Populatus, Darkanel, Zokum, and Guardian Angel Slime, and we gotta fight them. They're like stronger and empowered and all that stuff. And I don't know if we're gonna be fighting this guy as well. His name is Kha'Zix. He's like the main final boss of the Dark Ride. But they just talk about what selected challenges you wish to undertake and battle it out against a boss and powers to even greater heights. This would have been really nice content to show. They didn't bother showing it at all at the Maple Fest or anything. There was no stream announcement this week to showcase any of this off either. So it looks like none of us will really know what type of gameplay this has in store for us when it comes out on the 20th, which is a little concerning. But I will keep my hopes up because hopefully it's good, and hopefully whatever it gives will also be really good. But because of this update and all of the events coming along that follows, especially with Balance Patch on day 1, I am excited to announce that there will be a brand new series coming through. And in this particular series, I will be covering GMS on the interactive worlds. So the thought process behind this was that, one, I'm kind of getting tired of the heroic playstyle. I feel like if I made another heroic series, it would just kind of be the same bland thing that I would do over and over again. Which, I'm not particularly proud of the heroic gearing process. In my opinion, I just think it's either that I find it too easy to get through like the content that people are going through, or it's just I'm not necessarily just thrilled to really go through that type of stuff on heroic anymore. And I would like a change in gameplay and also a little bit more of a challenge as well, because this is coming from someone who doesn't know anything about early game interactive and how you should probably properly go through the early game. I literally know nothing. I'm completely lost. I don't know what optimal progression routes I'm supposed to take leading up to that point. I'm sure as soon as I get to a point, it's like, oh, you get Meso Gear, Vac Pet, get a Frenzy Totem service, start farming your ass off, make a ton of money. Like, yeah, like all that sounds real nice, and I know I can go crazy if I were to just do that. But it's getting to that point that will be the issue. It's getting to that point and then understanding what I'm going to be doing afterwards. The class I will be playing will be the remastered Shade, because I'm going to take advantage of the most event rewards as possible going through this stuff, including the item burning that they announced with Hyperburn. Hopefully it's not the same thing as Maple Sea where you gotta buy a pass for 18 star gear. But Shade, out of the 2 remastered classes, Auron and Shade definitely received much more love than Auron. We already know what's gonna happen to Auron. It's about 5 days till that thing dies. Well, I don't know about dies, but it's gonna be pretty tough for him. So I'm gonna be taking advantage of a bunch of starter rewards, hyper burning, all that stuff, and really just figuring out what I'm going to do at that point. The goal that I have in mind for the series has yet to be decided because, again, early game, I don't know what I'm getting myself into. Obviously, like, you know, when I made reg series in the past, you know, the Dawn Warrior and stuff, the goal was normal Nomian, but I'm pretty sure as soon as I start playing this game, I will be strong enough to solo normal Nomian within the span of 1 to 2 hours, so that's not going to be the end goal. The world I will be playing on will either be Bara or Burning World into Bara. So either way, it is going to be Bara, but you know, I might do Burning World first, but it really solely depends on the benefits that I get out of Burning World in the patch notes that we get the day before. So I literally will not have this final decision until the day before the update actually goes live. Burning World already has really nice hyper burning benefits of like 1,000 nodes, 50 EXP nodes, level 10 symbols. I think you get 30k Maple points for reaching 250, all that stuff. So that's already like extremely good starting off on this character. It just means I sacrifice Frenzy service unless, you know, Ride or Die actually gives Frenzy, because they did mention a new totem exclusive for interactive worlds only, so that could, you know, possibly be the new Frenzy that they announced, but anything could happen. But yeah, currently at this point, like, I know when I'm playing, I know what I want to do, I just don't really know what world it's going to be on, and that's just going to have to wait until the patch notes. This series will receive weekly episodes, so the first episode quite literally will not be until the end of the month, because I gotta record a week's worth of content first. So that's just something you'll have to look forward to then. Hopefully I can, you know, consistently keep that weekly schedule, get a point where I get to the character and be like, or get to a point in the game where I'm like, okay, I know what I'm doing with this guy, I have a goal now, because BM solo sounds really cool, but depending on how much I play, how often I play, and kind of what I'm doing up to that point, I also feel like Black Mage solo isn't going to be that difficult. Is this like, I guess it's a veteran thing, really. But the main rule sets I really have in mind for interactive is that the trading I am allowed to do is all through the auction house and frenzy service. Anything else? No cube service, you know, from other people's boss mules, solid and hard cubes, none of that stuff. You know, I gotta work on getting those on my own. And that's like pretty much it. You know, no carries, no free giveaway items. I don't want any of your junk. I'm sorry, but that's just how it goes. And there might be some more things going forward, but for now, that's all I have in mind. I think it's gonna be a very fun, different experience that I have in store for this. And honestly, I genuinely cannot wait to try it out. The next thing, KMS earlier this week, or basically like a day ago, released their test via patch notes, and it includes the Demon Slayer collab with the new playable character Kamado Tanjiro. Now, it is a little bit different from Japanese MapleStory. If you were like fond or just kind of look at what Japanese MapleStory got for their collabs, they got a collab where Tanjiro is a character you could play on your main world. You can reach all the way up to level 260, or that's like what the benefits will mainly allow and all that stuff. And you will get a hyper burninator out of that as well. So it's like, you know, super crazy things. Not only did that give you a hyper burninator, but you also got to keep your Tanjiro character at the end of the event, and it will turn into a hero. Unfortunately, in KMS, they changed up the event to where Tanjiro kind of acts as a Yeti X Pink Bean world character, where you literally play it on a completely different world. You can't transfer any of your items to it like you can in JMS, and the character will be wiped and deleted after official release. I did see some comments from KMS players who were, you know, quite a bit upset about this change. It does make it a bit more casual though, in my opinion, which honestly, you know, for better or worse, I know I would be upset missing all the chance of hyper burninator, and it does kind of suck, but you know, it always is what it is at the end of the day. KMS Demon Slayer event is more focused on giving you more cosmetic-like rewards. There is also a Yeti X Pink Bean title, where a title that's similar to Yeti X Pink Bean, so a Best in Slot permanent title that you can receive whenever getting your Tanjiro character to 225. Which is not too hard to do because you get a ton of boosted base EXP. There's 10x EXP on top of that, and then after that, you will also have you will get special VIP boosters every single day at level 200 plus. You can also skip all of the Arcane River storylines, get level 10 symbols right away, so you don't really have to worry about any of that. So the casual grind to 220, 235 shouldn't be too much. You also get free arcanes at level 200. You get a bunch of boss accessories moving up to that point as well. And at level 220, you get a level 5 Oz Ring selection box, which I think is probably the safest to go continuous ring, because you want to be using these items to be able to solo normal Lotus to get all of the rewards on your main world. So basically the overarching goal of KMS Tanjiro is hit 235 and solo normal Lotus. Those are the main two things to get everything from this collab. But like I said, it's like mostly cosmetics. There are some coins you can get for a new coin shop that opened up as well. And that's really about it. And then the title, if you don't have it already. Probably end up making a couple videos over the character, videos about leveling it up, how I would approach leveling it up, going the casual daily route if I have to, which I more than likely will as soon as I hit 200. Like, I'll do a straight grind to 200, and then after that I'll just do a daily approach to where I just use the VIPs and see how far I get with that. And then I'll be making the boss videos over it, where I will be doing all the bosses that you need to do on the little reward thing here, which consists of Chaos Zakum, Chaos Velum, Chaos Popularis, and Noble Lotus. Just those 4 bosses. So yeah, the goal of me and Tanjiro is to spend the least amount of time as possible while still getting all the rewards. Everything I can. Some things that were also in this test server patch that I probably will not have bonus videos over are the treasure coin shop, which you do get more than half of the coins out of this entire event by playing on Tanjiro, which is another reason why I want to play it, because it gives things like 200 black flames, 30 black cubes, 30 white cubes, some of the things that I need to really help progress my Dark Knight. Because if you guys do not know, I am slowly working my way towards making my own little set of complete eternal gear at the moment, and I'm finally retiring my Absols after like 6 years or however long it's been since I've been wearing Absols, so you already know how that goes. There was also the Dave the Diver collab, which I never really covered. I think it is still worth making a video on it, especially considering they are extending the gameplay collab all the way up until the winter patch goes live on December 19th, because people love playing the game so much. You just can't really get any of the main rewards that they had beforehand. They just have it open for people who want to play the game, just literally for fun. And then there was also a winter warming up preparation event as well for something I mentioned, the next showcase that will be happening here very, very soon. During this warm-up event, there is a number of daily rewards you can receive. You can claim 10 days once per day, and it just alternates between 5 VIP boosters and 200 advanced EXP tickets. These are EXP tickets you can use beyond level 260 and give much more EXP than the regular ones. I will link a table in the description for Wacky Beans, his spreadsheet of all the EXP things that you need to know. And then everything down here are all the items you'll be able to claim after the winter patch goes live on December 19th. And as you can see, there are 3 of the symbol or soul order fragments coupons that they have here, which means I think they're finally going to start giving out more of these. Maybe. Hopefully this is what they officially replace the soul order with. I'm pretty sure I said symbols earlier. I did not mean to say symbols, but hopefully this is like really just what the new norm will be at this point. But yes, this is all in preparation for the next showcase. The literal update name is called Next, and we are going to the next frontier with this. It looks absolutely huge with the teaser, just how it feels, at least much bigger compared to Milestone in my opinion, just looking at teasers alone. And not to mention, there is also a MapleCon that same weekend, a very big MapleCon. It looks really cool. You will be able to go there from December 6th to 8th. It's open for like 7 hours a day, 9 hours on Saturday because of the showcase, and the people there will be able to watch it live and all that stuff. And it's just it's really really cool. And because they have a con event that's as big as this, it really does make me think this winter is about to pop off really hard. I do have my own set of predictions that I want to talk about, but that will be in another video. And then to top it all off and wrap this stuff up, I do have some more things planned as well. Videos such as Asimov Canyon, which that content's really something else. They're changing up a bit with this Tepsia patch, so I'll probably do like another recording of it, at least starting from next week or something, and then upload a video based off of that alone, and then talk about how I feel about it and how it's impacted KMS so far, with like the Mesa market crash and people panicking and then it stabilizing again, and you know, that whole roller coaster. And then I will also be releasing a Limbo guide. If you are familiar with my Extreme Lotus guide, I will be releasing a Limbo guide of the same sorts. I want to go over all the attack patterns in that boss. To be honest, the boss is fairly easy as is, but you can get tripped up on some things that you don't really know about, and you are punished heavily for, you know, failing to achieve various tasks to do in that boss, aka just cleansing, honestly. But I'll explain more about that later. The guide, I want to have that out by December 10th roughly, so it has a good release schedule for, you know, before both Maple C and GMS get the boss, so I can at least cater towards Maple C as well, because I did release that X-Lotus guide, or just the Lotus Remaster guide, after Maple C got that boss. And that's pretty much it. I got a lot of things I want to get to y'all. A lot of time has passed with me not doing much, so it's time to come back. It's time to come back. GMS series, bunch of KMS content. I want to go over a little bit of the Tanjiro stuff, maybe even a Dave the Diver video. Like there's a lot going on. And then of course the winter updates next, coming in 3 weeks, will be very huge to cover as well. So I am booked, and it's gonna be a lot for y'all. And hopefully, you know, this GMS stuff, I imagine it's gonna be pretty fun. I think I'll have a fun ride, but we will see how that goes. Again, waiting on patch notes for all the details to determine where I go, and that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. For everybody that's been waiting on video content, I'm finally glad to be back and to get to y'all, and there will be more. I will not be going away, and there will be more. I will see you guys in the next video.